Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, where we have a brick and mortar store in Tucson, Arizona since 1982. We also run a coin show, apparently, TucsonCoinshow.com. Today's video is actually kind of some tips about buying coins that are under $200 and just some picks. I decided, I get a lot of questions about buying coins that aren't too expensive and collecting on a budget, and so I thought I would just show some coins that I think are kind of a fun value. Now, I focused mostly on an area that sometimes I call mid-century modern. Oh, this coin is from 1916. But a lot of 20th century coins, so coins from the 1900s from the US, kind of in that just pre-World War II to post-World War II era is where some of the focus is going to be, but we're starting here. I'm doing this kind of in chronological order. And so here is a coin that to me is a value because these 1916 S mints, MS63 brown. So let me tell you why I think the coin is a value. Sometimes I'll think a coin is a value because of the coin quality versus the grade. But on this coin in particular, it's just pretty difficult to find early Lincoln cents with mint marks especially. Philadelphia is a little bit easier usually, but either the San Francisco or Denver, uncirculated grades. And so what happens is oftentimes people have to settle for an AU coin, which is okay. AU coins is a good way to shop on these also. Or it'll be a really expensive red coin or higher grade MS65. This coin just makes our budget at $195. And so one of the things that I think to look for in general is if it's a coin that you don't see often, if you can get that lower mint state grade and find the coin, that's actually a pretty cool coin. Sticking with the Lincoln cents, I've got this 1928 Denver coin, an MS64 brown. And once again, you're going to be talking about a coin that I don't see uncirculated too frequently. Relative to a lot of other coins, this coin actually has some pretty cool eye appeal to it. But one of the things that I know just from being around a long time is coins that I don't see with a lot of frequency. And so that is one of the things that kind of sets off my radar for some things. But Lincoln cents generally in the teens and 20s, even some of the earlier 30 coins in nice uncirculated grades. The tip here really is it's cool to go ahead and settle for a brown coin because lots of times they'll have, like this coin has bright fields to it. And this guy is $100. And so those bright fields, that beautiful looking coin, it's not dark or dull. And that's one of the things to look for in a brown coin, is something that still has a lot of life to it. And cool piece here. So, I picked the number 200 just because it's, there's nothing magical about it. I could have gone 250, but I felt, let's keep it at $200. I know that for a young person today, or someone of any age who's driving Lyft or Uber, or someone who's working fast food, I just know kind of how much people can make doing that. And you know what? So doing odd jobs, whatever, a couple days labor if they're working full days at $15 an hour, or waiting tables and making tips. What can you do with some of that money? And 200 sounded like the right number for me. I'm just that is the polite way I've pulled it out of somewhere special. All right, so proof 63 red on this 1942. Once again, this is a kind of a combination of things. So this is actually kind of cool to have an earlier proof cent from the 40s. It actually is red, has a nice look to it, but it's got the lower grade, so it's not going to be a real expensive coin. $63 is what we've got that thing priced at. So kind of fun. You can really challenge yourself by trying to find low grade red cents that look to be problem free. That's a challenge. I mean, low grade red proof cents from the 40s. Go do that. Go find some of those. So then once you get into the 50s there with your Lincoln cents, if you want to buy, I'm showing you slabbed coins mostly because it's just kind of how people collect things mostly nowadays. You can really find a lot of this stuff still raw at different places, this type of material. but it's a lot of hunting and pecking, which is cool if you like that, if you enjoy it, if you got the time. If you have a local coin shop especially, God bless you, you got someplace you can go and look. Some really beautiful coins, Proof 67 red, 1953. This guy is 80 bucks. So you can get a feel for how nice of a little set, and you can put the parameters on there whatever you want. You can say, I'm just going to collect 1950 proof Lincolns, slabbed, the nicest grade I can afford, attractive reds. There's no one way to collect coins. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. But this is what you should do. All right, listen to me. So 1936S. So I grabbed a couple of buffaloes to show you just for fun. These buffaloes from the late 30s, almost always you can find really high grade, super attractive coins. So you can be picky. This is what's fun about this coin for me, is just on buffalo nickels. They are from like 30, 36, 37, 38. Some of those coins, they just come so amazingly beautiful, and they grade them pretty tough. And what I mean by that is any coin that there is an abundance of, it's harder to get higher and higher grades. So when you find an MS65, sometimes they'll be kind of really, they'll be really attractive. So this is like in the Morgan dollar world, that's like a 79S, 80S, 81S Morgan, where you can find them graded MS65 and it looks everything like a 66. So that's less than 90 bucks on that guy. I grabbed another one of these guys here, 37 Denver. Just another example of a coin that is lovely. It's only graded MS65. They're not very expensive, but look at the quality of those fields. And as you go along your coin collecting journey, one of the things that you learn how to do is kind of pick out something that is really attractive for the grade. Whether or not you need an aid for that, but I mean, maybe like, that's what CAC stickering became popular, but also trust yourself, look at a lot of coins, and just take the time to understand what it is that makes a coin have higher quality, what a more original field looks like, what a better luster looks like. 65 bucks on that guy. And here we go, moving into another nickel. This is talking mid-century modern, 1951. Trying to find proof Jefferson nickels that are attractive is a very interesting task, especially from the 40s and 50s. This coin's cool because it almost has a touch of cameo to it. There's a little bit of offset between the fields and the actual outline and devices here, so that it doesn't just look like one black glossy finish. It actually has a little bit of disparity there between the fields and the devices, as the design is called, the devices. Proof 64, 40 bucks. It's once again the kind of thing that you can put together, go out and find something a little bit different. So I really like the challenge of nickels. I don't actually collect these myself, but I won't say that I don't have zero. That's really good grammar. But this is in the older NGC what they call a fatty holder. It's a little thicker than the holders that are more modern. 150 bucks on this MS67. Hard to find high-grade Jefferson nickels. The nickel composition, like a musical composition, we got a metal composition, and metal music may be your favorite. I don't know. So the coins that are made out of nickel are really hard to find attractive. I like that coin. What was this guy here? So $150. That's really expensive for a nickel from 1948, but it's that high grade in the old fatty, kind of fun. This one I really thought was cool. So this is the 1938, first year of issue, and in hand this coin is just really pretty stunning. Once again, finding Jefferson nickels with eye appeal, not the easiest thing. I like the little burnt edge here. You get just that touch of purple on there. Really cool original fields. You can see all the dye polish there between between the words. Like if you look between the word sense and the word of, just lots of dye polish going on. But this coin really stood out to me. MS67. That's a $140 type coin on that guy. Staying in the World War II era, let's just show off a couple Mercury dimes. Mercury dimes, especially from the mid-30s, late 30s into the 40s, you can buy just bonkers beautiful coins. Same thing with those Buffalo nickels. You know, it's a similar thing where you get coins that they made so many of, they come in such nice condition that you can buy super high grade coins for not crazy money. But also, if you'd rather, you can just kind of cherry pick nice MS65 coins for really cheap. This coin, nearly no marks on the entire obverse of the coin, save that one on the cheek right there. But the rest of the coin is has a really cool, super fresh look and feel to it. This one is full bands, so that middle band here has the line defined all the way through it. See if I can do this here. Oh, look at that! There, I got it to work. So that line that goes right across here, that is your defining line for a full split band. These bands are usually split pretty well at the top and the bottom of the fasces. That's what this big axe is. It's a fasces. They would take the metal pole and they'd wrap it with sticks, and then they'd wrap the sticks with rope or twine to hold it all together. But anyways, this particular coin is a 43S and MS66 full bands, and it's under $100. But high-grade Mercury dimes, MS65, super attractive. Lots of times the ones from the 40s, especially if they're not full bands, they might be $30, $40. Here's a 1938 MS66 full bands. So getting back into the 30s a little bit. This one is $140. So a little bit harder once they get back into the 30s. And once again, you can collect them without the full bands and save a lot of money. So if you want something that's just attractive, maybe you're just doing a typeset, maybe you just want one of each type, that's okay. This one's a little bit nuanced. This one is a 1940S. I just happen to know how hard it is to get really nice 1940 Washington quarters. I don't mean all of the 40s. I mean particularly the 1940. There's this weird little area of collecting. When you collect a certain area, you understand what's a lot more rare than it is expensive. And by that I mean it's a lot harder to come by 1940D and 1940S quarters than some of the other years just kind of right around it. So like, for example, the 1942S quarter is more expensive, and yet it seems like I get them more frequently. It's kind of like we talk about with pennies, with Lincoln cents, how SVDBs are the most expensive, but they're a lot easier to find at a show than a really nice high-grade 1914D. So this coin, MS66, really attractive coin. A little bit of toning, that's not for everybody. Nice original look, but also not everyone's going to like that type of tone. Lots of times toning collectors want something that's a little bit more colorful, vibrant. Some people like the very original look. If you're used to seeing things come out of holders, that might be what you're looking for. The old cardboard holders leave some of that look to them. So the reason I pulled this coin out, 46S, MS66, I think we got it priced at under $100, is you'll see this little handwritten note, FS501, C3PO. So 501, so RPM 002, repunched mint mark. We're going to take a look at that mint mark and see. So a lot of coins get certified without ever having a variety attribution. And so I kind of pulled this coin out. The engineer had cherry-picked this, and by that I just mean he's the one who saw that it was a repunched mint mark, wrote down that it was an RPM on there. And so that's something that you can do if you learn what the little different cherry pickers items are on a specific series. Usually it's easier to work series by series on stuff, but you can see pieces of the mint mark under there. It looks like there's a little flag in the corner on that guy. That's that flag that didn't get thrown in the game the other night. I'm just saying. Okay, so this coin here is actually a little bit out of the realm of what we're talking about. It's not under, well, I can make it under $200. I know a guy. So this is fun. I just pulled this out, even though it's a little bit earlier. I really wasn't going to do any barber coins, but I just have to mention in passing, for those of you who this is all new to, that these half dollars, well, for barber coinage, that's what this design's called. They had dimes, quarters, and halves circulating all with the same design, all at the same time. Very fine 30, this coin, it's really hard to find them in very fine 30. They're the type of coin that you find either really low grade or really high grade, and not much of anything in between. Also, just kind of a fun note about barbers. If you like collecting different mint marks, the barbers have a little bit of everything going on there. You get to collect some New Orleans coins, which is something that we all miss out on when we get into most of the mid-century modern stuff. All right, let's close out with some half dollars here. Old Benny Boy. So this guy here, I really like this coin. I pulled this coin specifically because I think this coin is undergraded. Dun, 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 dun. See what I did there? That I just took the overrated chant. See, I have all these sports themes that I'm working on right now, and I just lost half my viewership doing it, but it was worth it. 1954. This coin is, for me, a high quality coin. Once again, not a lot of people are going to like that speckled toning, especially on the back of the coin. But there's a couple things going on here. First of all, I'm cherry picking myself. You all get the benefit of this, or somebody, one of you, exactly one of you will get the benefit from this. But it looks to be actually a full bell line, so that it is the lines on the bottom of the coin. You'll see that there are the 3 bell lines just up off the bottom, but then there's the couple 3 bell lines here on the bottom, 2 bell lines really with a space. But anyways, I digress. That is full bell lines, folks. Also, this coin I think is at least a 65 and at most a 65, but also old green holder, MS64, fun coin. Similar to what we're talking about with like Washington quarters or Jefferson nickels, getting into coins from the 50s, Franklin halves, 1953. So a lot of these are not that expensive, and if you can find really high quality coins, certified, this is 160 bucks on that guy. And a fun area to collect. You don't have to buy the finest known. I mean, really, you can just buy coins that you enjoy. And finally, believe it or not, JFK. Here we go. I guess you shouldn't be too surprised that after I'm willing to show you Jefferson nickels, that I'll show you Kennedy half dollars. I've really come to appreciate just how hard it is to get those earliest Kennedy half proofs with a cameo look to them. And what's fun is the cameoed coins sometimes get real expensive. However, you can collect coins with stars upon theirs that are not as expensive. So proof 68 with a star, and this coin's 40 bucks. And I mean, that's not a ton more than it costs to get the thing certified. But look at the cameo look on that. So the star designation is a different type of eye appeal designation that NGC uses. It's a fun area to collect a little bit if you can try to. There's some coins that it's hard to find stars on, but they definitely do very specifically coins that have a cameo appearance on one side and not the other. That's one of their reasons to put stars on coins. So here we go. This is a 1969, similar vibe to that 68 we just looked at. Also proof 68 with a star. Nice coin. This one's 25 bucks. Definitely was not worth getting certified monetarily by some yokel. But I do want to point out, while I have both these coins here, just a little subtlety for all you guys who are trying to figure out cameos versus deep cameos. I want you to look at Kennedy's head here. Do you see on the 1969, the one on the right, the slightly dark area on his hair above the ear, and then a little bit below his ear, kind of on the jawline? And then as we move it around, you see how the coin on the left, the 1968, stays white, and the one on the right just has a little bit of that darkening effect. That's the difference between a cameo and a deep cameo. Now, you're not going to get that designation for one side of the coin. You need both sides to have that look. But you can see even at different angles how that affects the overall appearance of the portrait. and how you see it start to disappear. So cool beans. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I've been the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.